Hi everyone, welcome back to her green space. I'm sa- I'm so happy to have you all here today. Whether you're joining live or watching the replay, today's topic is about one of the most beautiful flowering house plant actually, that I absolutely love. This is the Anthurium red flamingo. It has those stunning heart shaped leaves. These are so glossy and bright red colors. These are actually old, that's why they are little faded. And they are actually not the flowers, but they are the modified leaves. So, what is this live session about? Lately, I noticed something about my anthurium. The leaves weren't getting that much bigger that they used to be. New leaves were smaller, and the new flowers were not opening properly or staying tiny. That's a clear sign that the plant is hungry. So I think it's not getting much nutrition. So in today's live, I'll show how I revive it naturally using 100% organic fertilizer mix. Plus, I will walk you through complete anthurium care, watering, light, humidity, and more. But before I add any fertilizer to it, let's understand what anthuriums love. First, let's talk about light. It needs bright indirect light, no direct sun, as direct sun can burn the leaves and also these beautiful flowers. Second, watering. Whenever you water, let the 1 to 2 top inch of the soil dry and check with your finger. Like, you can use this finger method. Just dip your finger in the soil and check it, at least go 1 inch down, 1 to 2 inch. And if the soil stick to your finger, it means it is wet, it doesn't need any watering. And if no soil sticks to your finger, then it means it needs some water. Third thing here is humidity. Anthuriums love humidity around 50 to 70% humidity they need. I use a small humidifier, but actually where I live, it's already humid, so I don't need to add any artificial humidity to it. But if in your place the air is drier, then you can add a very small humidifier or a pebble tray, or you can mist. Actually, misting is not that beneficial. It may also helps in growing pests, because some of the pests like humidity, like wet leaves. So misting is not always helpful, and you cannot mist all day long. So what you can do is you can keep few plants together, or you can use a small humidifier. Now, next is potting mix. They like chunky, airy soil, and I will talk about the potting mix later on. But for now, this is a very old plant, I think around 2 years old plant of mine, and I use a mix of coco peat, perlite, vermicompost, and bark here. You, if you don't have these fancy things, you can just use mix of some coco peat, soil, and little bit that sand you have. You can mix it, and you can add vermicompost or that cow dung compost manure in it. And the soil mix is good. Now the feeding part, like feeding, they are actually very heavy feeders, especially when they are blooming. Okay, that's what we are doing today. We are fertilizing this plant. Yeah, that's right, Neil Gomez. Okay, facts, Mosa. Can you please comment me on my snake plants video? I'll definitely reply you. Now, now let's talk about some symptoms of nutrient deficiency first. Like these are the smaller leaves. This is the actually new leaf. This one and this one here and this one here. This is actually the new leaf, and they are much smaller than the older leaves. You can see yourself. These are much smaller than the older leaves. So the second symptom that I noticed was the latest two new flowers it had. One was here and one here. I removed both of them. They were pretty small and wrinkled. They were staying wrinkled. They were not opening fully, and they died very soon. Actually, the flowers that you see here, they are, I think, of winters, and they are like this only, just little faded. So like this one here, it was quite red, now it is faded. These four flowers you see here, they are uh, quite old flowers. So these were the symptoms that I saw, and I just only added some seaweed solution to it for, I think, around 6 months, and I have not added any top fertilizer to it. So today I am going to give it. And this all means that it just not need water or light, but proper nutrition also, especially phosphorus and potassium. Potassium for phosphorus and potassium for blooms, and nitrogen for leaf growth. So let's make a organic fertilizer mix. I'll adjust the tripod here. Hi Mariana, how are you? So I will be adding at least 2 tablespoons of vermicompost here. This is 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of vermicompost, 1 and 2 tablespoons of vermicompost. And then second, I am taking the bone meal. I know some of you don't want to use bone meal. Then instead of bone meal, you can use rock phosphate. You can get it online or from the nursery. And this is the bone meal. And I am going to use 1 tablespoon of bone meal here. Just 1 tablespoon. And this is the 1 teaspoon, and I am also adding, this is the neem powder, 1 teaspoon of neem powder here. Now, why we need these 3 things. Vermicompost is for balanced nutrition, and it has healthy microbes, and the bone meal is rich in phosphorus, which is good for flowering and strong roots. And this little bit of neem powder that I am using, it is good for mild nutrition and also protects plant against soil pests. So I am going to mix them all. here. This is my Anthurium. This is my Anthurium plant. Let me remove this plant from background. Now, as you can see, it looks okay. It's a beautiful plant. It's growing bushier. It's very bushy plant. It has grown a lot, and it has new growth here also. Like you can see, this is the new growth here, but their leaves are very small. So I'm gently going to loosen the top layer of the soil first. Gently with this small stick, I'm gently loosening the top soil. We have to be very careful not to damage the roots. Here I can also see that this is a little root bound also, but today I am not going to repot it. I am going to keep it in the same pot for next few months. I want it to get more root bound, because this plant likes to snuggle, and few roots are rotting here because of maybe of thing. So here I have loosened the topsoil. Now sprinkle this organic mix evenly over the soil surface. It's little messy here, so all done. Now I'll be watering it gently so that the nutrients start soaking in. Let me give you some few tips. First, don't overdo the fertilizer. Okay, organic fertilizers, they act slowly but surely, and if your plant is not blooming, then this mix will help it bloom between I think you will see the result in 2 to 3 weeks. And don't use chemical NPK if you are using this mix. You can use whether the chemical NPK 90-90-19, or you use this organic mix. Don't use both of them at the same time. Okay, now let me tell you the fertilizer schedule that I will be using. I will follow a simple organic routine. Once a month this organic mix, and every 15 days I will be spraying seaweed solution 2 ml per liter for shine and growth. And once in a while I'll also use banana peel tea or compost tea for potassium. Now let's talk about some mistakes to avoid. So don't fertilize a dry plant. Always water first or after. I watered it I think yesterday or day before yesterday, and the soil was wet, so I didn't water it. I will be watering it now after I have fertilized it. Now don't use bone meal too often. Once in 6 to 8 weeks is enough. And flush the soil every 2 to 3 months with plain water to avoid buildup. I do this with my every plant because I have all the plants in pot. I live in an apartment, so I have all the plants in pot. So what I do, I flush it every 2 to 3 months to remove the buildup, fertilizer buildup, which can harm the plant. Now, if you want bigger blooms, and then give it bright light but no direct sun. Keep humidity high. Use this mix regularly and be patient. Organic works slowly but give long lasting results. So let me know in the comments if you will be trying this organic feeding for your Anthurium plant, and what worked for you, what not. And if you try this method, come back in 2 to 3 weeks and tell me how your plant responded. Now let's wrap up this live session. That's all for today. I hope this simple demo and care guide helps your Anthurium bloom beautifully again, and all organically. I don't use any chemical fertilizer. I use all organic fertilizers. And if you found this helpful and useful, please like the video and share it with your plant loving friends. And don't forget to subscribe Her Green Space for more natural gardening tips. Now, for today, happy planting and see you in the next one. Bye bye. Take care and happy gardening.